All right, let's talk about skeptics and religious imagination. Let's say you're like a skeptical person, for example, an atheist, a materialist, and you try to keep all your views consistent with this type of skepticism. Just try to be very philosophical and critical thinking and the scientific method and all this good stuff. But at the same time, you do actually let yourself think about some other things in some other ways, of course, using your imagination. You go to movies, you read books, you play video games, maybe you role play, maybe Dungeons and Dragons, maybe live action role playing, all kinds of ways you could use your imagination. And you're perfectly fine with this because in this case, you're consciously using your imagination. It's separate from the things you objectively actually believe about the real world. And so you don't have a problem with this. Now, the thing that I want to ask is, will you also allow yourself to explore religion in the context of imagination? Is it a way that you could kind of re-engage with some religious ideas and perspectives and even have some experiences of kind of what that might have to offer in the context of using your imagination? Or is this too dangerous? We might depend on what we're even talking about, how you feel about it. For example, if you're just going to see a Christian movie sometimes, you're just going to use your imagination. Doesn't mean you're going to believe in it. That might be one thing. But what if you go even further than that? What if we start talking about things like what's called in philosophy religious fictionalism or religious non-realism? What about people that still participate in religious traditions and congregations, even they don't objectively believe in it? They do it for the subjective meaning and the experience that they get out of it, but they don't objectively believe in the doctrines or the dogmas. As long as they're doing this honestly, telling the people that they're participating with where they stand, maybe it's a type of church that's not too concerned about that and welcomes it, would you have a problem with that? Or would you still see it as dangerous? I kind of feel like if you were participating in a type of church where most of the people do take it seriously, that you need to objectively believe in these things dogmatically, being around those people a lot week after week maybe would start to have an effect on you. Maybe that is something that you might be concerned about, wanting to be careful about the things you believe and thinking that those type of beliefs aren't really true, but we could be susceptible to social influence and pressure in that way. But maybe you do it in a way at a religious congregation where that's not really the case, where it's more about the tradition for more people. Something akin to like some of the more liberal Jewish synagogues where it's more about the tradition, the heritage, but you don't necessarily have to believe objectively or literally in the stories. How would you feel about that if you yourself are a skeptic or an atheist or a materialist? How do you feel about engaging with religion through the imagination or engaging in ways that don't require objective belief in it? Is it something that you can do safely? Is it something that you could support? Whether you would do it yourself or not. And if you are interested, I'd be interested in hearing that and doing it for yourself. But also, is it something that you could understand somebody else doing? Or would you be concerned about that person or feel like they're doing something wrong? Or that it's dangerous, that they're likely to be susceptible to believing in it again? I'd love to hear what you think. And if you have thoughts on that, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. This is a topic that I'm very interested in. I'm starting to explore it now. Got a number of books I'm reading on it. Some books more from the philosophical angle, like talking about religious fictionalism, and some from people that are actually have done this or lived this at different periods in their life. Books like The Sea of Faith by Don Cupid, I think is how you say his name. I think he's more of a Christian non-realist, but continued to participate in the Christian tradition despite not believing in it objectively. What do you think about that? For me, the idea that we do want to be careful about our objective beliefs, but at the same time, it doesn't totally satisfy us just to think scientifically, I think. That's why we engage in these things. We go to movies, we use our imagination, play video games. We don't limit ourselves to just the facts to be to enjoy life, to have different experiences in life. We're open to more other things. And so I wonder if we're being hypocritical if we say we can't also explore religious things in that context of consciously using our imagination. Or if we just have a blanketed kind of approach, like we're just fearful of it and we got to totally keep away from it and tell other people to do the same thing. I wouldn't necessarily go so far as that. But I do want to be careful. I myself am a skeptic, atheist, consider myself a materialist, but I'm also a lifelong lover of the imagination. And I'm recently exploring the idea of how can I re-engage with religion through the imagination. Not because I think it's objectively true, but because of how it subjectively is a meaningful experience. So exploring this, and I think the fact that we're not objective truth machine robots, we're subjective people having an emotional experiences, and that's actually the reason why I think we need the scientific method, also means to me that we desire these other kinds of experiences. And if we can do that in a way that's safely segregated from our objective beliefs, then maybe we can have those experiences but still prevent ourselves from believing in delusional things about how we approach objective reality. So that's what I'm starting to think as I explore it, but I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have them. And if this is a topic you're interested in, I would love to make more videos about it. I'm just starting to explore it, and I plan to explore it a lot more, and I have a lot more thoughts and a lot more angles I want to explore the topic around. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe for more videos like this. And if so, I will see you in the next one.